Welcome, folks, to your live Timer 66 Daily News. Today we'll be discussing different news topics. Yes, this is just going to be an audio video this time, folks. A lot of folks like to listen to it. Me, myself, when it's just talking about topics, I like to just hear it instead of just looking at a newscaster talking. A lot of senators, and mostly Democrats, have got a hold of President Joe Biden, urging him to close down the Guantanamo Bay detention center, saying it's too harsh prison conditions and they want all the inmates there to be sent to different countries and they want it to close it down, saying it's too cruelty to the inmates. Out here in far northern California, folks, the weather is pretty dry this time of year. This year, folks, after last year's high fire danger that California had, breaking records with the amount of acres burned and as many fires as what we had, broke records with that. This is the third driest winter on record for the state of California, folks. Very dry. I don't even believe in far northern California we had an inch of rain this year. We had a few dustings of snow and one snowstorm that put a little bit over a foot of snow, but was all melted and gone within a week. Very, very mild, dry winter, which is going to make for a very, very hot, dry summer coming with fire danger is going to be very high, which I'll keep everyone updated on that. Also in California, the CCC, California Correctional Center, announces the closure of its prison up in far northern California, Lassen County, Susanville, California. Over 1,000 staff members will lose their jobs. Over 2,000 inmates will be transferred for other prison facilities, along with 14 fire camps. Talk about the fourth stimulus check here. It's still just talk, folks. There are a few politicians and senators are discussing a fourth stimulus check with $2,000 one-time payment and $1,000 recurring monthly payments. All this was brought up at the end of March, folks, but with the coronavirus vaccine going around and folks going back to work, and the unemployment numbers have been cut in half, which is good news here. Half the people have went back to work, which is a very high number. A lot of businesses are starting to take off now and reopen their doors with indoor dining, etc. Along here in Lassen County, California, they actually opened up all sports. They're playing the football season now, basketball, volleyball, track, etc. And the high schools have reopened for 5 days a week here instead of alternative days and doing their Zoom classes at home. But as far as the fourth stimulus goes, it's just talk, folks. There's nothing set in concrete, nothing remotely any kind of legislation on it or nothing. It's just strictly 100% talk. As it's starting in July all the way through till the end of December, if you have a qualifying child, you will be getting a child tax credit anywhere between $250, depends on the age of your child, to $350 a month for those 6 months straight. But if you didn't qualify for that child tax credit, you will have to pay it back on next year's taxes. It's just like an advance to your child tax credit. Today was the funeral of Prince Phillip. The British royal family Saturday bid farewell to Prince Philip, the country's longest-serving royal consort, during a ceremony adapted to conform to COVID-19 social distancing rules, but that remained rich in symbolism that spoke of the prince's devotion to the Queen and his deep attachment to the British military. A mass Queen Elizabeth sat alone, surrounded by empty seats in St. George's Chapel at Windsor Castle, and watched as her husband of over 73 years was lowered into the royal vault in a funeral without precedent in the monarchy's long history. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, only a handful of folks was able to attend Prince Philip's family, including 3 of his relatives from German nobility. There was about 30 mourners. The mourners outside the castle walls were urged not to congregate in the April-spring sunshine. The country was invited to tune in on television, a prince born in Greece but who dedicated his life to furthering the British monarchy. Born a prince of Greece and Denmark on the island of Corfu in 1921, he served with distinction in the Royal Navy during World War II and then married the Queen, then still Princess Elizabeth. He has been by her side since she became queen in 1952. He died on April 9th at the age of 99. Well, folks, that's your daily news live update for Saturday, April 17th. Have a great weekend, folks. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it out. Take care and be safe.